day everyone and welcome back to Tiny Glade. Alright, so we're gonna do another daily theme here, and this time it's gonna be Fort Gloomlight. Alright, so I don't know what to expect here, but ooh, wow, alright, I'm already feeling this here. Welcome to Tiny, yep, usual there on that. Yeah, this is a very nice, interesting start we have here. We got this big old lake here. Tree in the middle of it. The thing of it is, there's nothing here that really screams fort. Nothing about this really screams, hey, there's a fort here and stuff. Okay, after looking it over quite a bit, I think I've got an idea for how we're gonna do this. One of these corners seems to be bigger than, these two corners seem to be bigger than these two corners, or at least that's the way it looked. So what I'm kind of thinking is, we'll have like a dock on either end. And the idea is that you cross this lake to get to the fort, and the fort serves more as like a prison. I feel like I'm kind of deviating a little bit there from the premises of a fort, but, well, if I know anything about Skyrim, there's a lot of prisoners and dungeons in these forts. So that's what we're going to go with here. We're going to place a fort, and we're going to build a kind of impressive fort. It's going to be somewhat ruined, but it's going to be like that, and we're going to have it where you get there by crossing this kind of lake. We are gonna mess with the lake because it's a little too round for my liking, and we're probably gonna have it where there's like a river or something, that feeds it and also leads elsewhere. So that's the general plan. So let's see what can come of this general plan of mine. So the first thing we really need to decide on is how we're gonna run the water. I feel like that's a very important step to this kind of river here. Which one is that? Oh, yeah, water. Okay, so we're gonna make it somewhat. Oh, that needs to be a little bigger. Let's just go max. Yeah, that will be kind of the width of our running water here. So we'll just kind of start in the corner here, and we'll just kind of go this way with it. Add a little bit of a bend there to it, widen it, kind of like that. There we go. And we're gonna have to delete some trees as well. So let's go through and. Oops, that's erasing everything. Right. Not what we wanted. Okay, we're gonna erase some trees. I had too much water. Let's actually keep that like that. Okay, so next we're gonna erase some of the water here, I think, along here, like so. Kind of trying to get some of the rounding out of it. And we're also gonna have to erase a bit more trees here. So let's get our terrain kind of situated here. We're gonna keep those jagged rocks just like that. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing here. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I've actually cleared out all of the trees there so that I can see the landscape I'm really working with here. And now I'm gonna move this over here. No, I don't want to do that. I want to move this over here, and then I'm going to work with this more like this once we've got kind of our island better situated for where we actually want it to be. So we want to keep the island kind of like in the middle of this, so it's going to feel like this is where the river really widens out. But in addition to widening out, we've got this kind of land mass that's there. So we're going to try and keep things somewhat the same here. In concept, at least. We're probably gonna have to try and, really get. It's gonna be hard to get this just the way I want it. In fact, I'm not happy with that at all. Let's try just there we go. That's more of what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm still not quite happy with the river, but this, I think, is going to be as good as I'm going to get it while maintaining enough room for all the stuff I want to put in here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on raising the land. So I was thinking that this section right here... I unclicked when I didn't want to. I was thinking that this section right here is going to be kind of elevated like so. Let's Get all this up here on one level, kinda. And kind of starting from there, we're gonna have like this kind of little beach section. So this is gonna be kind of just this beach section. And everything else here will be on its own kind of level. Actually, we probably went too far with that. So we'll have to redo the main We'll do the main section last, I think. So over in here, I want this to be really high up, kind of starting at this point right here. So we're going to build kind of a mound in this area. So we kind of have this like beach area now, and we got some levels to it, and this is where the fort is actually going to go. I like playing with the rounded towers, but I feel like this fort's going to be very square towered and just a big hulking. You know, it's not necessarily pretty. It's a fort. It's going to be a very sturdy thing. But at the same time, it's going to have these ruined wall segments. So we're going to, have like the outer wall here. This is kind of just a rough sketch of what I have in mind, but we're going to have something like kind of this. Maybe over here there'd be a rounded tower. So this is kind of like the owlery in Hogwarts, maybe. So there's like a watchtower perched over there. I missed a little bit there, so maybe there'd be something here. Maybe there'd be a watchtower here as well. So we'll have like two rounded watchtowers on either end of the river, kind of serving as an overlook. And then we'll have just, this big, hulking, fort here. So now begins kind of the challenge of building 4 towers that are the exact same in size. While also dealing with this issue of having to raise these ones up here. No, at least it's always easy to put that back into place. How do I guess? Yeah, since this is a square, this should work for what I'm wanting to do. Although, maybe the tower isn't here. Maybe these towers are actually kind of... Yeah, let's do it this way, because this will make it a lot easier. So we'll do that. Place another one. I suppose it really doesn't matter which one we grab there. But how's this looking? I mean, this is looking like an imposing tower, that's for sure. Don't know if it's achieving the look I want. Once again, I have the challenge of trying to build a well in this game, but this time I have to use a different tactic than what I used last time. I guess this kind of works. Okay, so the main fortress, if you will, has been built. And I'm quite pleased with the result of it so far. I gotta put, a bunch of window decorations and stuff on. But it's looking quite intimidating. I don't think I'd want to be trying to attack this thing, I mean, imagine an army marching here. I still have the dock to put in over here, and the dock on the other side here. Still have to do some work on the watchtowers, obviously, because they're not going to remain this pristine white color here. And we gotta do the stairs here, but yeah, that's pretty much the main structures are in place. So it's really just placing all the little details and stuff now. So this is kind of fun because I'm actually getting to use a detail element that I haven't really used a lot so far, and that's placing these arrow slits here. A proper fortress would have arrow slits. So yeah, it's kind of neat that we're getting to finally do that. I'm not sure I'm not sure where arrow slits begin really, and or I should say arrow slits end and windows begin. That's probably the better way of phrasing it. Not really sure, where that line is as far as this tower. All I know is that if you had archer, alright, so you're gonna have one archer per slit here. I mean, right here, this is 8 archers. Okay, I think that will do it, everyone. So, let me tell you, I was at first really excited about placing, some arrow slits and stuff. But after a while, you really start to lose interest in arrow slits when you have this many arrow slits that need to be placed. But I think we've pretty much got it together here. So this is our gloomy fortress that serves as a bit of a prison. It's largely been abandoned now, or has it? Basically, when the fortress was abandoned, some of the prisoners might have been left behind. And now their ghosts haunt the prison to this day. But yes, when this was a prison and stuff, well, there were a couple of means of execution of some prisoners. So we have a tree here that was a hangman's tree. That was after they stopped using this stump here for executions. But yeah. So the warden lived all the way up at the top here. This was basically the warden's living area, while the prisoners largely either resided in the dungeons or in some parts here. But yeah, lots of arrow slits. Lots and lots of arrow slits. The fortress even had a forge. And so this is the forge right here. So yeah, as you can see, as it gets night here, we have our path leading up to one of our 2 lookout points and stuff, primarily meant to, keep an eye for any invading enemies, as well as make sure no prisoners try and swim along the stream there and stuff. But yeah, so as it becomes night, let's take a look at this fortress of quite creepiness, really. Well, there you have it. I'd say it's a pretty gloomy fortress. There's a bit of ruins there. I think it I think it kind of sticks to what the theme was kind of aiming for there. I mean, I adapted it a bit, but yeah, I'm actually kind of pleased with how this came out. I really enjoyed working with the terrain there to create, a more dramatic feel and stuff, creating these different elevated areas and stuff. It really does add to it. And I like the two tower setup that we have here on either end and stuff. They didn't quite come out the way I wanted them to, but they still came out pretty good. Um, the more I look at this building, though, the more I just see Downton Abbey, which was not what I was going for. But yeah, so overall, there's a few things I could have improved on. In the next one, I kind of want to do a little bit more with lighting, maybe. That was supposed to be a part of this in some ways, but it's kind of hard to, really get the lighting quite right. What I should have probably done is had all of the lights in, like, the fortress be kind of bluish, go along with some things here, give it more of a spooky, haunted vibe to it and stuff. But overall, I think it turned out quite well. In particular, I like what they gave us to start with here with this big tree. This right here, I think, played a pretty good role in what we were trying to make here and stuff. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, hit the like button, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. It would help me out a lot. Have a great day, everyone.